Hey! Is the noon train on time?
Supposed to be.
Feels like it's time.
Fair enough.
BBN Jack Frost. My hat is not on my head correctly. BBN Jack Frost. What's up, party people? How's everybody doing? Everybody had a beautiful day. We got a lot to talk about. Alright, so first, the one thing that's kind of pissing me off is now that I got the camera to the side right here. You know what? Give me 1 second. See if this gonna fit up here. I don't know if it's gonna fit up here. Hold on, give me 1 second. I'm gonna try it. Let's see. I'm gonna see if we can really get this fixed. One more thing. Shout out to everybody. I hope everybody's having a beautiful day out there. It's been a beautiful day for me. Ton of things going on. We got a lot to talk about. Got a lot to talk about. I don't know why I didn't think of this earlier. There we go. Boom. We got a lot to talk about. Alright, so first thing I want to say is this. I want to be clear about this. I don't want there to be no misunderstanding. World War III. We've spoken on this previously numerous times. And I've always told y'all one of the reasons why I am anti Biden administration is because there is a belief that these guys are warmongers. Nancy Pelosi has been accused of being a warmonger for years. Another person who's been accused of being a warmonger is, I'm not saying these people are, just so we can be clear, so you don't have to say that I'm assuming anybody is anything. But another individual who has been accused of being a warmonger, as we all know, Hillary Clinton. So I just want to say a couple of things, and then we're going to get right into the show. And the main thing that I want to add is this. These dudes should probably be held for treason. The Democratic Party. You guys are voting for people who are doing all of the things that they're scaring you into thinking that Trump is going to do. And that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. Let me just get a couple of things straight. Let me just make sure. Oh, fuck. Alright, so this might not be working over here, but this is working, so. Mike. Can y'all hear me? Should be able to hear me now. My fault, I had it like over there. I be forgetting about the mic and shit. Shout out to Brandon. Washington. I am in the wrong chat over here, so I need y'all to give me 1 second while I fix the thing. Okay, I don't know why the audio just came on for no reason. So let me just fix this real quick. We have not been doing live streams, so I am a little bit behind. I have to wait to actually turn the damn live stream on in order to see what I needed to fix. So give me 1 second. I'm going to be right with you. But today we are going to be talking about the thing that's happening over there in the UK. Pardon me, the thing that's happening over there in the Ukraine. And I just want to be 100% clear on this. What they're doing right now is the exact same thing that you guys have been accusing, or that a lot of people who are anti-Trump has been saying Trump was going to do. And y'all were 100% incorrect. Y'all were incorrect. Trump is not the one that's doing this. The one that is doing these things that is going to cause war to be all over the world and have everybody, get killed and all this other bullshit is 100% the Biden administration. Why is there no image here? Okay, there we go. It's 100% the Biden administration. There we go. I got everything almost fixed. So let's get to it. Okay, first thing I want to say is this. Earlier today during morning coffee, we had a conversation, and our conversation was basically about how the Democrats are always trying to take the moral high ground on something. So let me just tell you about a conversation I had with somebody on social media today. So I blocked them, so I just blocked. I'm not arguing back and forth with you. You understand what I'm saying? It comes to a point where I say my opinion. If we're talking about an opinion-based thing, you say your opinion. If we're talking about an opinion-based thing, and then we could agree to or disagree. Whereas if we're talking about something that's factual, and I'm saying a fact, and now you just speaking from your heart, you're talking about your opinion, and then therefore we can't have a conversation. You understand what I'm saying? Because that don't make sense. If I'm busy saying, well, ice is cold, and then you say, well, cold is subjective. I don't got time for this. Nobody got time for this, fam. Ice is cold. So what the Democrats tend to want to do is they want to have arguments with you about things that aren't subjective like they are. So I want to make a couple of points, and then we're going to talk about what is happening right now with Ukraine and Russia. So when Biden first gets into office, right? Before Biden even gets into office, when Biden first gets into office, while he was still going on his campaign trail, do y'all remember that laptop, that Hunter Biden laptop? I think people forgets about the laptop. The laptop that during one of the debates, Joe Biden had the nerve to say that 51 CIA or FBI agents or some shit have already said that that's a hoax. That's a Russian hoax. Pay attention. The whole Russian hoax thing makes a sense. I'm gonna tie all of that together. So he said that's a Russian hoax. Correct? Russian hoax. Turns out it wasn't a Russian hoax. Y'all know the dude that Trump just made, I think the head of, not the FBI, but the head of, is it the DOJ? What's his guy name? Trump just made him the head of something. His name is... Sheesh. I got a picture of the guy, but for whatever the reason is, they don't got his name there. His name is Matt Gates, whatever his name is. You know that guy? Well, that guy has the actual information that was on Hunter's laptop. He has all of the Hunter's laptop. He came in with a USB. He was like, this is Hunter's laptop, so over here. So he has Hunter Biden's laptop. So there's a couple of things that we need to understand that is going on. One, there were things going on in the UK. Then, I keep saying the UK. There was things that was going, because when I think a word, when I'm about to say a word, I spell it in my brain a lot. So I'm spelling the Ukraine, and what's the first two letters of the Ukraine? Anyway, so just so we could be clear. The reason why Hunter Biden's laptop was so important is because of the scandals that's on the laptop. And one of the scandals that's on the laptop, just so we could be clear, is what they was doing over in the Ukraine that they were not supposed to be over there doing. And a lot of the things that they were doing in the Ukraine had to deal with weaponizing chemicals. It was chemical warfare that they was creating. They call them labs, just so we could be clear. Like what happened in Wuhan, when what they did was they took for everybody that want to know what COVID is, they took a contagion that normally humans would never contract. Like it's not possible for us to contract the contagion. It only exists inside of a different species. And they do this thing where they modify the contagion to make it so that the contagion could now be, a human being could now contract it. See, this is what I mean by sometimes people don't know what they're talking about. Y'all be voting and don't even know what's going on. I'm going to explain this once more. And we're going to use Wuhan as an example because that's an example that's already passed that we could look at and see the world and say, hey, this is a thing. So, what Wuhan was accused of doing, what was accused of happening in Wuhan is there was allegedly a laboratory. Right now, it's not even allegedly. A laboratory existed. At this laboratory, what they were doing were they were taking contagions, things that were making animals sick, and they were taking this contagion and they were working on it to make it so that they could be contracted by human beings. This is where C-19 came from. So what Russia was mad about that was happening in the Ukraine is that they're saying that they have these laboratories in the Ukraine. And in addition to that, America wanted to, because America is the one that's running these laboratories, just so we could be clear. America wanted to send missiles to the Ukraine that were long-range missiles that would be able to attack Russia. Russia does not want any of these things to happen. Now, in addition to all of that, Russia also said that if Ukraine joined NATO, that would have been an act of war. They do not want the Ukraine in NATO. Could I also add that Trump wanted America to leave NATO? Just a thought. Just want to remind everybody about that. Everybody forgets that Trump wanted the United States to leave NATO. Everybody forgets that Trump pulled the America out of what was it? The French Accords or some shit like that. Trump pulled us out of it. So I'm gonna show y'all something real quick, and then we're gonna have a discussion. Wrong screen. We're gonna have a discussion. I'm gonna show y'all something real quick. So, just so we could be clear, Joe Biden is attempting, and his administration is attempting to start World War III. One of the reasons why I believe they're attempting to start World War III is when Trump takes office, a lot of these people won't be seen anymore. That's the nice way to say it. So let's drag up one of these right here. Let's use the post. This is Biden lets Ukraine use long-range missiles to hit deep in Russia just weeks before Trump takes office. Isn't it Biden the one that kept saying that he wasn't going to allow for Ukraine to use long-range missiles to shoot at Russia? He said this, didn't he? I just wanted to throw that out there because he did say that. And so y'all can remember, because these individuals that keep saying we should vote for Kamala Harris, it seems that they don't pay attention to what's going on in the rest of the world. They only care about what's going on with whatever the party is, the group of people it is that they're using in order to convince other groups of people to vote them into office. So that's basically all they do. That's why, us black people, the Democrats are going to stop using us as a catapult to get them into office, especially since it didn't actually work last time. And what they were intending to do is to now use immigrants and migrants as a way to get elected. The problem is Americans won't stand for that, and I think that we proved that in a recent election that just passed. So let's look at this article real quick. It says President Biden reportedly given Ukraine permission to deploy U.S.-supplied long-range missiles to attack targets in Russia territory just weeks before President-elect Donald Trump takes office. I'm going to explain something real quick. Do you understand how important this is? President Biden gave permission. You know what that really reads like if you're one of the Russian leaders? You know what that reads like if you are a person that understands war? Joe Biden issued an attack on Russia using the Ukraine. This is why all of you individuals that's dying out here, throwing y'all lives away, doing everything that y'all can to support this Democratic Party is wrong. I'm going to say this again. President Biden has reportedly given Ukraine permission. That's not how that reads to the people who are running Russia. You know how that reads? President Biden strikes Russia through the Ukrainian. President Biden uses the Ukraine to strike at Russia. That's what that reads as. Because what you're telling me is the Ukraine could not shoot the missiles until President Biden okayed it. So that basically means that President Biden shot the damn missiles. This is not going to be a situation where 20 years from now people are going to think America was right. Do y'all remember when the Democratic Party went out of their way to try to instruct and tell us that if we were to elect Trump, that there was going to be a war? Does anybody else remember that, or am I the only one? Democratic Party said Trump wanted war. If y'all elect Trump, there's going to be a war. The whole world hates Trump. If y'all elect Trump, nobody's going to be here for it. Do y'all remember this, or am I the only one? Why is the Democratic Party accusing Trump of all of the things that they plan on doing? It sounds like what Satan does. Why is the Democratic Party accusing Trump of doing all of the things that they are actually doing? It's going to be a point where the people who vote Democrat ain't going to be able to pretend no more like they don't know the Democrats are up to no good. See, right now they pretend. There's going to be a point, and that point might be soon, that the Democrats are not going to be able to pretend like they're not up to no good. They're going to have to be honest. Pretty soon, they're just going to have to be honest. They're not going to be able to pretend no more. Because right now, they're pretending. I mean, I could just say lying. That would be more accurate. But I'm saying pretending because I'm trying to be a nice guy. But there's going to come a point where these dudes is not going to be able to pretend no more. Because that's what they're doing.
I'm at the free throw line. I'm shooting the free.
I hate when that happens.
I'm at the.
My fault. I said something that the Bible said, and then somebody said, just because it's permitted in some cultures. Fam, stop. All right? Stop. Not you guys. Just weirdos and shit on social media. So I just want to point something out real quick, and I want to be clear about this. Joe Biden through all the fault of his own, has permitted the Ukraine to strike Russia. Right after Russia said, if they get hit with missiles, be prepared for an extreme response. If we get out of this without a nuclear response, we need a new party. Like the Democratic Party gotta go. We need a new party. There are a lot of people who do not agree with the Republicans, and they should have a party that cares about them. Even though what they think and do go contrast to what I want, I do believe that they deserve to have a voice. I am not pro killing babies. That's not ever going to happen. I am pro IVF. Trump is making it so that this type of IVF treatment is going to be available at no expense to the American people. Either the government is going to pay for it or your insurance. We need more babies. I'm pro this. I'm pro not bringing in the criminals, delinquents, and mentally ill from other countries. We have a lot of mentally ill in this country. This election proved it. You got people shaving their heads because their candidate didn't win. You got women swearing off sex because their candidate didn't win. The levels of crazy that is, the levels of absolute insanity. Some of y'all Democrats are pretty good people. Y'all need to start calling out the others. Those extremists. Y'all need to start calling them out. The extremists have ruined your party. The extremists have made y'all global laughing stocks. And not because anybody is lying. It's one thing when people are laughing at you because somebody is lying. Sooner or later, people are going to find out that that individual is lying, and all their credibility is done. Their credibility is over. But when the people aren't lying and you really are unhinged, I need for y'all to understand, when y'all see people screaming at people in public about their political beliefs, when was the last time you seen a Republican do that? A conservative? Like never, right? Like never. But who does it every single time, all day, every day, and they can't help themselves? I 100% think that the mainstream media need to be held accountable for giving all of these people mental health problems. I'm going to explain this using a personal example. I'm not going to say what store or anything like that because it's not about the person. This is just about, I'm giving an example. I'm not trying to attack the individual who's on the other side of this conversation. So I go into a store recently and I order some stuff online. Food. To a store, a restaurant. I get the food at the store, but I made a mistake. when I ordered, and I meant to order like it's already supposed to be in the meal. But you know, when you're making these orders online, even though it comes with the meal, sometimes you still gotta click on it. I failed to click on it. So when I got my food, I'm walking out the store. I said, let me check the bag first. You know, you should check your bag before you leave the store. I checked the bag, and apparently I almost said the thing, and you would have knew what store it was. A piece something was missing. So I go to the lady, and the first thing I say is, well, I ordered this online, and I think I messed up, and I forgot to put the thing that was missing. Now, this particular store has people going into that store for the last 2 or 3 years lying about my character. This particular location is a place that I've been where homeless people just try to attack me. I can't say exactly because I don't want to tell you where it happened at. This is not about the person I'm having a conversation with. Do you not know that the individual that I was talking to immediately got loud and started verbally attacking me? While all I'm saying is, I think I messed up on an app and I forgot to press a thing because it's not in the bag. Do you know that she just started verbally attacking me? So I'm standing there and I'm apologizing. And she just attacking me for, I don't know, for about 15 seconds, 20 seconds. That's pretty long when somebody is just hurling attacks at you. And then I'm extremely apologetic. I mean, extremely apologetic. To the point where she had to look around and see how people were looking at her. For her to realize that she was out of pocket. So that's what happens when people lie to you. They will cause for you to have a mental health disorder. They will cause for you to not see reality. See, people sometimes think I don't see the reality, but I see the reality. I know who I am. I'm just not going to allow you to tell me what my reality is. I'm not going to allow for you to tell me who I am. That's insane. So what she wanted me to do was get loud with her. Because then she could be right and I could be wrong. When in reality, I already admitted being wrong. Because I made a mistake. That's why I cannot stand mainstream media. Because they have given so many of our people in America mental health problems. Because for the last, 10 years, all they have been doing is lying about Donald Trump. Over and over and over again. So much so, when Donald Trump got elected, one dude unalived his wife, unalived their child. Then he drove to his baby mama's house, unalived her, unalived their child, and then unalived himself. I blame the Democratic Party. Give it about 6 to 8 months after Trump gets back into the seat. They're going to start seeing that they are the minority. And not by a little bit, by a lot. See, part of the issue right now with the voting Democratic class, in my opinion, is they do believe that they are the majority. They think that election was close. That election was anything but close. That was a landslide victory. And it would have been worse The only reason why it wasn't worse, because the only states she won was the states that you can vote in without an ID. If there were federal laws that made it so that you have to have an ID in each and every state, she might not have won a state. Maybe still win California, maybe still win New York. What other state could she possibly win? You better stay up. What up, Washable Marker? You better stay up. We haven't been doing a Tonight Show in a long time. My energy isn't there yet. Today's Tuesday. We riding out Tonight Show for the rest of the week. We're having a Tonight Show every night from now, Monday through Friday. It's gonna be here. We're gonna be a little bit better structured in the future. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna hold y'all. Perfectly honest with you, I was having a problem with the live feed earlier. So I'm kind of surprised it's working now. But I am happy that the problem was fixed. Joe Biden and the Democratic Party is about to start World War III. Well, World War III has already started. They're about to enter World War III. And these freaking Democrats want y'all to vote for Kamala Harris because she's going to allow for women to kill as many babies as they want. But I think it's wrong to vote for the person that wants to repopulate America with Americans. I need so many explanations. Like, the level of explanations I need are so many. Yeah, that's just too bright for me. That's been bright like that the whole time. That was just absolutely upsetting. I ain't gonna lie to you. I've been looking at the screen the whole time like, what the fuck is this shit so bright for? I keep forgetting I gotta turn this down. And, ooh. I mean, I'm not using that right there. This is a little bit warmer. I like this right here. Hey. All of the specs is just totally perfect right now. The internet, everything is just totally perfect right now. I'm just so happy. And we will be gaming a little bit later tonight. I think we're going to game later though. I'm not 100% sure, but we will be gaming tonight. I do need to get another monitor though, so that's an issue. I need another monitor. I need one more monitor. I'm going to do all of the things. Let's go look at some stuff. I hate when I click that button and I forget I gotta click the other button first. Let's go look at some stuff real quick. And then I'm gonna let y'all go. Trump pledged that he will end the war once he takes office in January. Who's been telling y'all that World War III has been going on for? Who's been saying that World War III has been happening last 3 or 4 years? Who's been telling y'all that? I've been telling y'all that. I'm just gonna throw that out there. It says, as President Trump has said in the campaign trail, he is the only person that could bring both sides together in order to negotiate peace and work towards ending the war and stopping the killing, which I think is the most important thing. Trump's communications director, Stephen Chung, told the Post. Only official statements in this matter will come directly from President Trump or his authorized spokesman. Why is he sniffing Zelensky? Doesn't Zelensky look so uncomfortable? I know that dude was like a comedian before he became a politician, right? Not that doesn't mean he can't be a politician, just so we can be clear. So basically, Biden's team has long been divided to give the approval of the use of the Army Tactical Missile System. It's pronounced ATACMS. That's literally how this acronym is pronounced. ATACMS. These guys is bananas, fam. Against targets inside of Russia, the New York Times have reported. Some of his orbit said that the move would be proactive and could lead to dramatic escalation from Russia, as well as retaliation against the U.S. There were also concerns about limited U.S. supplies of ATACMS. Looming over the decision was the Kremlin's decision to deploy North Korean troops into the bloody war, which presents significant danger for Ukraine. Biden, 81, has slowly been relaxing restrictions on Ukraine's ability to strike targets on Russian soil with U.S. supplied military hardware. Now, I'm going to tell you what I believe is going to happen when Trump takes office. First thing, anything that our administration or our government is currently doing over the Ukraine that we're not supposed to be doing, he's going to stop it. It's going to get stopped immediately. Immediately. The reason why this is a problem is Hunter Biden, his laptop. He does business with those guys. That would mean the American government is literally going in there and preventing the American government from doing business on foreign land. The American government will be attacking the American government. Do you get it? Also, now does it make sense why the FBI and all those other letters are anti-Trump? How many people you think is going to be getting in trouble? You heard what Trump already said. He's got a list of all the generals that they consider to not be good generals, and them niggas is getting fired. You think that's going to be the end of it? Because sometimes they hold these dudes court-martials and all this shit. We just don't hear about it. That's just bananas, yo. We had no wars. There was no wars happening. Biden and his administration gets into the office, and now we're at World War III damn near. We had no wars. It was 0 wars, man. During Trump's administration, there was no wars. Now, all of a sudden, Biden gets into the office, and we got World War III. Explain that shit. Explain that shit. These individuals that swear up and down Trump is bad are okay with Biden creating war all over the world and creating death. But they're going to be mad at me for talking about it. They're not going to be mad at Biden for doing it. It's the accountability that upsets me. It's the lack of accountability. That's the part that upsets me. The total lack of accountability. Y'all guys is out here voting for people that is warmongers and creating wars all over the planet. That's who y'all guys vote for. Told you, I'm never gonna vote Democrat again. Something big has to happen in order for me to ever vote Democrat again. I'm never voting Democrat again. And the main reason why I'm never voting Democrat again is because their policies go against God and the Bible. Right? So that's why I'm not voting for them. Just so we can be clear. God first. We got some gaming we're gonna do tonight. We don't have that many comments in the comment section today. I'm kind of dragging right now, not for nothing. We don't have that many comments in the comment section today. We will be having the Tonight Show. Obviously, we're gonna be doing this. We're gonna get back into our groove on this particular topic. Hold on, I'm about to read your comment right now, Washable. Alright, so Washable Marker says, yeah, Barron Trump will have to run Democrats for me to vote Democrat again. Fam, I am completely against voting for the Democrats. I don't know what, I can't explain it. I'm just, all of their policies go against what God says that he wants. I don't know no better way to say that. I'm pro-God. I don't care what excuse you use. I don't care how you try to explain it away. They want to kill babies. God does not want that. And I don't want to hear that these are not babies yet because God says he knew us since we was in the womb. So they're killing the thing that God says he knew since they were in the womb. I just want to be clear on this. They also want to flood our nation with migrants. You got these mayors and these governors of these states and cities talking about they're not going to comply with getting the migrants out of the area. Okay, not a problem. You are going against a direct executive order. I think that could be considered treason, right? Right? Hold on, let's ask. I think that is going against an executive order from the president considered treason? I don't think I answered that. I don't think I asked that well. Yeah, they're giving answers that I don't think. Hold on. If a governor or mayor does not follow an executive order from a president, is that treason? Okay, that's not considered treason. We're going to read some stuff real quick. It says no. Why don't I put it on the screen? What was the question? If a governor or mayor decides to not follow the executive orders of a president, is that treason? I like the example I had here better, but we'll look at this. So it says no governor is required to obey an executive order. It doesn't apply to him as to what the executive order does. I gotta ask the question better. If a governor or mayor does not comply with an executive order that they were given from the president of the United States, is that considered treason? Damn, I think I hold on. If a governor or mayor does not comply with an executive order, I should have said direct. If a governor or mayor does not comply with a direct executive order from the President of the United States, is that considered treason? Is that too many words? If a governor does not comply with the direct orders of the President, is that considered treason? Okay, so this is what I got over here. Something more similar. Okay, so good. No, a government agency not complying with the president's direct orders is generally not considered treason. According to the United States Constitution, treason is specifically defined as levying war against the United States or adhering to their enemies, giving them aid or comfort. Okay, so by this definition, this would be treason. Because if the president of the United States say that these individuals are considered enemies of the state and they are to be removed and they're giving them aid, that would be treason. Also, that would be adhering to the enemy. And if the enemy is in the country, I don't know if this would apply, but the other two would 100% apply. I wouldn't even warn these guys. I just arrest them. I just lock them up. I wouldn't warn them. They know better. I wouldn't warn them. And I wouldn't lock up one so the others could get it straight. I'll lock them all up at the same time. I have a coordinated Diddy raid house effort. We're going to go lock every single last one of these rat bastards up at the same exact time. That will be a win. Something just came up for me. Let's look at it real quick. Trump selects Linda McMahon. Is this real? I think they bullshitting. Is this real? Okay, first of all, Trump said he's going to get rid of the Department of Education, right? Linda McMahon? I think they lying. I don't know. I don't think this is true. I don't think this is true. But the Post is, used to be a really conservative paper. I don't know if it's still conservative. But the Post used to be a really, really conservative paper. This just posted, fam. It says 9. It's just posted. It's 9:19 right now. Shout out to T-Mobile, by the way. Getting my internet situation fixed recently. Shout out to T-Mobile. I think the girl's name was Ann that helped me specifically. It was two of them. They was so nice. Yeah, I don't understand how happy I be when people are just treating me like a human being. Like, you don't even got to really be nice to me. You just got to just not be an asshole. Like, I be so used to people just being assholes all the time that I'm not going to lie to you. Sometimes people just don't be an asshole. Like, they don't even be being nice. But I be like, you know what? I'll take it. What up, Nervin? Don't even be being nice. They just don't be being an asshole. I be like, you know what? This works. I'll take it. And as soon as I mention the damn internet, this shit start fucking up. nigga. That's a fact though. I'd be like, you know what? You don't even gotta be nice to me. I'm fine with you not being. If you just don't gotta be, as long as you just not an asshole. I don't need you to be nice. You're not an asshole. I'm fine. I should be frustrated after constantly deal with assholes. Anyway, I gotta get something to eat. I'm hungry. So we gotta eat. We will be coming back with some gaming a little bit later. We will be coming back with some gaming a little bit later. Gotta go get something to eat. I'm hungry. You cannot what? I said I'm hungry and somebody laughed in the chat and shit. It's crazy. Like, Satan is always around, fam. Be mindful. Yo, look what homegirl was forced to do.
Smear following a 3-year criminal investigation.
On screen. Sonny, you have a legal note.
I do have a legal note. Thank you, Whoopi. Matt Gaetz has long denied all allegations, calling the claims, quote, invented, and saying in a statement to ABC News that this false smear following a 3-year criminal investigation should be viewed with great skepticism. That DOJ investigation was closed with no charges being brought.
We'll be right back. On screen. Sonny, you have a legal note.
I do have a legal note. Thank you, Whoopi.
They are fucked. They're trying to cover their ass. You do understand that the Democrats just lie, right? So, Matt Gaetz, is that how you say his name? She just said his name. He was accused of improprieties essay or something like that. And they've been running it into the dirt, the mainstream media. The View was just forced to apologize because after an investigation, it's been proven that Gaetz, because after an investigation, it's been proven that there's no merit for the claim. But mainstream media has been yelling this on their platforms for how long? And just so we could be clear, if I remember correctly, he's saying that the person who was accusing him of whatever they were accusing him of, they came after him. I'm going to tell you about a thing that happened to me. It's not about the person, but I'm going to tell you what happened. So, I play basketball. And it was a female that used to come to whatever the park is that I was playing at. Now, there's two things that you need to know about me. The first thing is, I'm not the guy that's going and chasing down no girl. That's not who I am. I'm not the guy that's like, oh, I'm attracted to her, so I'm going to holler at her every day until she give in. That's not me. Never been me, not my personality, not the type of person I am. That's just not me. So I'm playing basketball and I'm interacting with this individual. And the first couple of times, maybe once or twice I interacted with the individual, it was regular, but it made me feel uncomfortable because of the way that the person was looking at me. Like, they were blushing a lot. And initially I was like, no, this is a young person. But I thought young, like 17, 18, young. Just so we could be clear. I didn't think young like, minor young. But it was like young person. I'm like, I don't know if I'm interested. I'm at that age where I'm not talking to some chick just to have sex. I'm at that age. Or should I say that's where I'm at mentally. I guess that's not an age thing. But mentally, that's where I'm at. I'm way too scared to catch diseases. And less scared, but also scared to get some random chick pregnant that I shouldn't have been sleeping with in the first place. I'm just going to be honest with you. So, when I see the person, I never speak to them. Ever. When I see the person in public, I don't never speak to them. When I see them at the park, I never speak to them. The most I say is, you running? That's about it. I just don't talk. All right? Because the person, I get, it just made me feel uncomfortable. So let's keep it going. So, that same individual, and I'm about to say some stuff that, if you know the situation I'm talking about, you might not know this part. That same individual, I started now seeing everywhere I was going. But at first, I didn't think nothing of it. Right? Because you see people, you live in the same neighborhood. Right? But it was weird. Like, why do I see you every time I walk outside of my house? I shouldn't see you every time I walk outside of my house. So the point that I'm making is, us as men have to be mindful that as we get older, there's, especially if you're handsome, as we get older, we're not going to become less attractive. We're going to become more attractive. And so therefore, we're going to probably also attract energy that we don't want. And when you tell a woman or a female that you're not interested, and you make it known that you're not interested or you don't want that type of relationship with her, but she might, things could get fucked up. Just like when a dude want to get with a chick and the chick don't fuck with the dude, things could get effed up. The difference is a dude can't accuse a chick of SA or inappropriate anything, and anybody's going to generally take it too seriously. Whereas a female could Emmett Till your ass. You know how many black boys we lost in the 70s, in the 60s, in the 50s, in the 40s? And so on. Because some female just thought it was going to be funny to accuse him of some shit he didn't do. These young boys going to jail forever, being executed, hung, everything else. So the fact that there was an investigation and nothing at all came of it, I'm going to go with that. I'm not going to go with, that guy looks a certain way, so she must be telling the truth. I'm just not going to do that. I'm just not going to do that. Although I can admit that sometimes people do look away, but I don't get that vibe from him. But even if I think a person looks away, I'm not going to assume that they're guilty. There's a thing about books and covers and judging. I'm just saying. Just saying. I'm not gonna hold y'all. We gotta do some gaming tonight. I got to get one more monitor. When I get the next monitor, then we're going to be go on go. I was just looking for cheap monitors and shit. I saw one for like $50 or some shit like that. Because it only need to be about that big. It could be a tiny monitor. I just need a second monitor in order to be able to hook these programs up in order for us to be able to do a thing. So I need another monitor. One for like, I think 59 or some shit like that on Amazon or something like that. Just need a monitor, smaller now. So we got to get a new monitor. And then when we get a new monitor, the way that we do this is going to completely change and flip over and be a little bit different. And I'm going to be able to go straight from here. What the fuck is that? I'm going to be able to go straight from here directly to the gaming. And when we're able to do that, what's about to happen right now wouldn't happen, where I have to disconnect this live and then, you know, then reconnect. But I'm about to go get me something to eat anyway, so we're going to go. With that being said, we're going to be back here in the morning. Tonight's show, Monday through Friday, we're back. I have to go create more, a ton of things, and I got to pull them from the other computers that I have in order to get our graphics and everything up in here. Like I said before, everything is good. We have a new... If you know anything about anything... If you know anything about anything... you know anything about anything... Yeah. Hold on. I can't get it back the way I had it. Shout out to T-Mobile. They gave me this thing right here. This is like for you to sit on, I guess. It's supposed to be like to sit on. To make your seat softer, I guess. Like if you sitting on wood or some shit. I don't know. But I already got. So shout out to T-Mobile. They also gave me this thing and shit. They was giving them away at the store like a couple of months ago and shit. So the dude was outside giving these things away. I didn't know what it was, but I took one. Then I brought it back home and figured out what it was. So shout out to that shit. With that being said, I love y'all. Everybody have a blessed day. Chocolate, vanilla, or other. My favorite ice cream is cherry vanilla. I love cherry vanilla. Shout out to Kendra. We used to always go to Baskin and Rob. I'm also lactose intolerant, might I add. So we used to always go to Baskin Robbins. You know, we take the girls out for a treat or whatever. Kendra was dope. You know, you gotta take the kids out for treats and shit like that. So I used to always go take the kids out for treats and shit like that. So we go to Baskin Robbins or whatever the case is. And they have Cherry's Jubilee. Yes. So if I can't get cherry vanilla, I want cherry Jubilee. I also love strawberry. I like berries. I don't know what to tell you. So there you go. I'm not a big fan of chocolate. I'm not a big fan of like fudge and shit like that. I don't really care for that shit. With that being said, look, I love y'all. Everybody have a beautiful day. We will be back with gaming. Just give me a little bit. I need to get some grub in me. And I got a ton of time. So I don't know if it's going to be an hour from now or an hour and a half from now. But I expect at least an hour. I need at least an hour. So I'm going to hit y'all back later. We're going to be back later. We're going to be back with gaming. I do not think it's going to be Spider-Man today. I'm thinking that we should start the Dark Knight Arkham series. We got to get that started. So I'm thinking about starting that, and I also downloaded GTA today. So it's either that or GTA. Anybody got GTA? Who wanna get on GTA with me, fam? We could go do some missions. So maybe we do that. Maybe we get on GTA. Who got GTA in here? Wait. Anyway, any regards. Maybe we get on GTA and we do some missions and shit like that. Anyway, in any regard, everybody, please have a blessed day. I love y'all. Come back a little bit later. There will be morning coffee. Of course, we have been consistent with the morning coffee, and we're going to start be consistent. with the Tonight Show, and I guess give me a couple of weeks and I'll get back into the groove of it. With that being said, like, comment, subscribe, join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers, let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I got.